Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Afroturk Agro Tv. I will talk about the 10 reasons why investing in agriculture in Africa will create the next African billionaires. Just in the recent decade, the number of opportunities to invest in domestic sustainable agriculture has increased so much, especially because of the food consumption that is surging. And when we look at Africa's rising income levels and strong population growth rate, offering new chances and opportunities in abundance for agricultural investment in growth, because African feed can be available for the whole world, and Africa can feed the entire world and the continent. We just need to focus on the green revolution. The pressure for Africa's food production to meet the demand will necessitate massive investment to maintain food security. So it's all about the food security. When we look at the small-scale farmers currently, they account for over 60% of Africa's population. And with the agriculture accounting over 23% of the continent's gross domestic output, despite this much of Africa's agricultural potential, it has yet to be realized. And when we look at the agriculture, according to experts, a low-risk investment that keeps up with the inflation and grows in value over time, there are many reasons why you should consider investing in agriculture in Africa, as this industry is set to create many dollar millionaires in the coming years based on the analysis Afroturk Agro Tv has done. And I'm so excited to share you now the 10 reasons why investment opportunities in the agriculture sector in Africa will make more millionaires, and you can be one of them. Before we start with our list, make sure to definitely like this video and subscribe to our YouTube and all the channels for more exciting topics coming from Afroturk Agro Tv. We will talk about the trends and business opportunities in Africa. So without further ado, here are the 10 reasons why investment opportunities in agriculture in Africa will create more millionaires in the coming years. One future African billionaires will be farmers. Why? Because when we look at it, you may think, well, future African billionaires, why will be farmers? It seems far-fetched to think that 4 to 5 years after graduating from high school, one could achieve tenable financial goals through agriculture. After college, as you all know, the ideal situation would be to have a white-collar career, caring for sick patients or defending clients in court. So you may think, well, farming looks to be the last resort for those with no other options, but unfortunately you're wrong. Yet the green revolution appears to have passed, as the agricultural business has made significant progress across the globe as well as Africa. However, this once ignored vocation is now a highly sustainable treasure trove when asked where the next crop of African multimillionaires will emerge. And when we look at Dr. Akin Mumia Desuna, president of the African Development Bank, he stated unequivocally that the next generation of African billionaires will be farmers. And according to Dr. Akin Mumia Desuna, the food and agriculture sector will be worth more than $1 trillion by only 2030. So if you're looking for a way to generate money, trust me, this is the place to be. And what is the second reason? The projected increase in food demand is the second reason from the top 10. When we look at the current trends, by 2050, the amount of food produced will be only adequate to feed half of the world's population. Based on the present patterns, according to the United Nations, our world will grow actually by 2 billion people. So in the next 3 decades, necessitating almost a 70% increase in agricultural production. So if oil utilities or water needed to grow by 70%, investors would flock to stocks and funds in those industries, because this isn't happening in the sustainable agriculture industry so far. So this is my call to opportunistic investors that can profit. These trends can be turned around, and Africa is the best place, a great place to start, because of Africa's rising purchasing power and fast urbanization, and the food consumption is expected to skyrocket in the next few years. So presenting new agricultural growth potential in a nutshell, people will always need to eat. We cannot ignore that. So both animals and crops contribute to the world food supply, and as the world's population grows, so does the demand for sustainable agriculture. So agriculture is a commodity that is mostly recession-proof because of the constant demand for food. So this tendency, ladies and gentlemen, gives a wonderful opportunity for investment in agriculture because the demand for food will always be needed in the future, as you would expect. So what is our number 3 reason of the top 10? The third reason is the big market for food processing and logistics industry. Please listen carefully because the big market for food processing and logistics industry is something we cannot ignore. Farmers in numerous remote villages in Africa lose more than half of their product every year, according to a recent United Nations food report. Not owing to a lack of care, but due to the poor status of their transportation logistics infrastructure, which makes it impossible to go to the market hubs. According to estimates, up to 50%, basically half of all the fruits and vegetables, and 40% of the roots and tubers, and 20% of cereals, legumes, and pulses cultivated in sub-Saharan Africa are lost. So before reaching a market, this is so unfortunate. Africa will be able to feed itself with expert knowledge, skill, and innovation in the food preservation industry, and the current situation presents a significant investment opportunity in the food processing industry, which can process large number of harvests that are unfortunately thrown away, which is not acceptable. There are also chances for transportation and logistics companies to assist in the heart of Africa and transfer of food from rural to urban areas. What is the fourth investment opportunity that I want to highlight? Investment opportunities in agriculture technologies. Turkey is one of the top largest economy in the world, and it has a population of more than 80 million. And the land area is vast. And when we look at this country, it has somewhat a very strong background to provide the necessity of all the technical expertise in agriculture. I was in Aydın just a couple weeks ago, and just from Aydın there is $1 billion of world's food export coming to Africa. So let's work together as Turkey and Africa and focus on increasing our $100 billion goal of Recep Tayyip Erdogan together, and making sure we relentlessly develop new technology that would allow all of us to achieve higher yields with fewer inputs. Turkey is ready to actually come and help you to produce more than, for example, several tons of potatoes per acre compared to the global average. We can easily increase from 20 tons instead of 9 tons per acre with the technology Turkey has. The manufacturing technology Turkey has developed over the last 10 years has actually increased the vegetable yield more than 6% reduction in energy use as well, and the reduction in fertilizer usage has become very successful in Turkey. This shows the strength of agricultural technology outperforming a significant reliance on the land mass in most parts of Africa, and Turkey is ready to support that. Agriculture currently lacks the necessary technologies, with our most beautiful African farmers performing their tasks by hand. Consider the advantages of investing in contemporary agriculture technologies coming from Turkey and the significant benefits that will result, especially because this industry is mostly untapped. Africa has the potential to feed the entire world, not just Africa. That's why Africa contains 60 to 65% of uncultivated arable land and 10% of the world's renewable freshwater resources. As a win-win partnership, we can work together. And meanwhile, in the last 30 years, its agricultural output has climbed by 160%. There is huge opportunity to grow. For example, the Democratic Republic of Congo alone, according to some estimates, could feed only 2 billion people. The food and agriculture products will be an ever-increasing demand as the world's population continues to expand. When we look at Nigeria, by itself, it can actually feed up to 4 billion people. So approaching 10 billion by 2050 is a reality. Africa, like China, which dominates the global manufacturing industry, has the resources to feed the world for the foreseeable future. This is a compelling argument to consider investing in African agriculture, as all indications are that the sector has a bright future, and we're ready to work with you. Let's talk about the sixth reason. Africa remains the only continent yet to experience the Green Revolution. Africa remains the only continent yet to experience the Green Revolution, ladies and gentlemen. During the Green Revolution, the yield of global agriculture rose dramatically. It is as a result of the recent advances in research technology. During this time, new chemical fertilizers, herbicides, and pesticides were all manufactured around the globe. So this Green Revolution is thought to have spared up to 1 billion people from starvation. Many African countries have focused heavily on their natural resources, such as oil, gold, and diamonds. In recent decades, neglecting their agricultural potential at a time when many countries were expected to benefit from the Green Revolution, Africa will rise up and needs to be on the stage with its own version of the Green Revolution, and Turkey is ready to support that. Let's save our people in Africa from starvation and make them grow with this strategy. What is number 7 reason? Investment in agriculture can be actually more sustainable than the stock market. Investing in agriculture entails purchasing a physical plot land. This property's worth is only going to rise, so this is very clear. When we look at agriculture, unlike other equities and businesses, it is often a long-term investment. So those who are in the short term should not enter, but those who are in the long term should focus on this. And the returns vary depending on a variety of factors, including the amount and rate of land appreciation, as well as the farmer's location, current commodity prices, and other considerations. So returns on investment for commodity-based land range from 3 to 5%, whereas returns on investment for specialty crops, if you focus on the right ones, can range from 10 to 15%. So agriculture investments can be a setup to be kept in the investor's family and passed down from generation to generation. So as it's passed down to future generations, because they are long-term, agriculture investments can appreciate almost eternally, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about the number 8 reason why we should invest in agriculture in Africa. High demand for sustainable organic food. Consumers are increasingly seeking organic and fair trade items such as coffee, chocolate, quinoa. According to the non-profit advocacy group Impact Assets, as a result, large firms such as many large firms that are ready to continue, Starbucks, Nestle, Green Mountain Coffee, and Cargill are turning to small-scale producers for their raw materials. And according to the association, large worldwide raw food companies are expected to source 100% of their palm oil and also all of their coffee by 2025 and up to 2030. So these forms of businesses promises, according to Impact Assets, drive intermediates and smallholders to meet demand for organic and fair trade products. So I see increased investment opportunities result from greater standards and stronger connections between buyers and growers. And ladies and gentlemen, as a result, I want to highlight Africa has a significant potential. I believe in Africa, and Africa can meet the world's demand for organic food as a result of this growth, as the continent's full agricultural potential has yet to be achieved. And that's the reason why Afroturk Agro Tv is here, ready to be with you. According to a recent study, Africa could produce up to 3 times more cereals and grains, or 20% more than the present global output of 2.6 billion tons of cereals and grains. And let's look at the horticultural crop. Similar improvements in horticultural crop and livestock production could be seen if the continent's agricultural productivity improves. Agriculture is an appealing alternative for many investors because of the variety of ways to invest in it, as well as growing concerns about global food consumption. So overall, I want to talk about the number 9 reason of investment opportunities in agriculture. It is the agricultural digitalization. Welcome to the digital age. Digital technology has the potential to transform the food agriculture and fisheries systems in the future decades. Mobile platforms, data analytics, high-resolution satellite imaging precision equipment, and artificial intelligence known as AI could all assist increase industrial productivity and resourcefulness and sustainability While some of these technologies are now in use, others are still in the works coming. So there is significant public and private investment in the digital revolution for the digital infrastructure, as well as education and training will be required. So these areas provide tremendous investment potential in Africa with high returns on investment, while also improving the lives of millions of people. So we're ready to provide all of these education for you. And number 10 is the investment opportunity in agricultural education. This is really exciting because agricultural education, there will be many agricultural occupations, include some of the largest sectors and long-term employment opportunities in the world, employing millions of people. With Africa's vast and undeveloped agricultural potential, the educational sector presents a major investment opportunity, as these sectors require an increasing number of qualified specialists. And we are ready to provide these specialists and the education as Afroturk Agro TV. From agricultural engineer scientists to agriculture manager, agronomist, botanist, forester, horticulture, data analytics, and a range of other vocations are among just a few, and the most popular in the agriculture and forest industry, as they help to preserve and safeguard the environment. In most African countries, investment in education institutions such as private universities or vocational schools requires only a few practicing licensing partners and investors. So the next hurdle is what? It's hiring lecturers with highly relevant and marketable skills demanded by the corporations in the agriculture sector. Also moving more and more toward digital education, investments in physical structures can actually be limited, as most courses can be carried out easily online. And as you know, Africa, most part has a very good online access. So there you have it. Those were our 10 reasons why investment opportunities in agriculture will create more millionaires in Africa. So if you know about other reasons which were not in our list, feel free to share with Dr. Selim Sulay and Afroturk Agro TV websites. And we're very excited to listen to your comments. And if you enjoyed this video and want more information about trends and business opportunities, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out any of our future videos. This is Dr. Selim Sulay, Managing Partner of Afroturk Agro TV. Take care and all the best. Bye.